I got a couple of jigs here I want to talk about real quick, and why I'm throwing them and what they are. This first one here is a jewel spider jig, and it's their 7/16 ounce. And if you'll notice, if I get it in focus there, it's got a little ridge on the back there. And it's a little heavier, and I've got a Big Bag Outdoors drop crawl. It's a 3.5-inch crawl bait green pumpkin on the back. This time of year, I don't want a lot of movement in my trailer. I want it to be fairly static and fairly realistic looking. So that's what they look like there as far as the crawl trailer is concerned. It's a nice size where I can pinch off part of it for a finesse trailer, or I can leave more of it on there for a bigger profile. But anyway, the jig itself, go back to that. This spider jig, I've got it on 15-pound line, fluorocarbon, and I'm going to use it for kind of those steeper banks where I want to crawl this down the rocks, fish anywhere from 2 to 10 feet deep or so, just crawling down the rocks on those steeper bluffy banks, a good wintertime pattern. And this jig head design, God love you, Gail Julian, it doesn't get hung up near as bad as a ball head or a football head or something like that for that style of jig fishing. That's why I love these so much. And you say 15-pound line, that's a little light, but it is still winter time, and I'm expecting some fishing pressure with 100 boats in this derby. And so, a lot of times I'll fish a finesse jig on 12-pound line, but I got this on 15. It's got a little bit smaller hook. It's got a good profile. It's not big, but it's not a finesse jig. It's kind of a happy medium. But I've got this one for those steeper, 45-degree rocky banks where I want to crawl that jig down there at different depths till I figure out what they're doing. So that's kind of one jig I've got on. The second one I've got is a jewel 3/4 ounce football head. Just an old school 3/4 ounce football jig. This is for longer casting, a little bit flatter points, a little bit more offshore, kind of dragging it into the brush piles, dragging it off some shallower banks where the angle is a little bit shallower than fishing, more vertically. It's a little heavier. I got it on 17-pound fluorocarbon line. The beauty of these Big Bag Outdoors trailers is it's the same one. It is the same trailer on this jig for a bigger profile. Again, that one right there, as I'd have for this other smaller one here. And so these are a couple of the jigs I plan on throwing the next couple of days if things get tough, or I may need to get a big bite, or the moving baits aren't working. And so that's kind of one of the things I'm excited to try this week.